Benito Mussolini was born on July 29, 1883, in Padovia, Italy. He came from a poor family in which his Republican father was a follower of socialism, leading to his original belief in this political party. He also copied his father's strict nationalism. Benito received a poor education at a boarding school in Faenza, Italy. At the school, he stabbed another student and was then expelled. As a young boy, Mussolini was always excessively violent and focused his efforts against the well-being of his many unliked peers. Prior to his change in political association, in 1902, after receiving his diploma, Mussolini traveled to Switzerland to associate with socialists and discuss the political future of Italy.
Benito Mussolini started out as a journalist, but eventually worked his way up to forming the Fascist Party and becoming a dictator. As a journalist for the social press, he wrote about political views. Beginning very early in his political career, he was marked as a troublemaker. He was banned from Switzerland and Trentino. Italy's entry into World War I pushed him away from socialism. In September 1915, he was drafted into the Italian army. Following his time as a soldier in the war, he tried to move on in March 1919 by forming the Fascist Party. The general idea of the Fascist Party was that he, Benito Mussolini, would be dictator and rule everyone and everything. After forming that party, he assumed the title of dictator and took total power. He had very little opposition in 1925, when he removed almost all of the other governmental positions except for himself, the Deuce, a man born to rule.
Mussolini abandoned his loyalties to the Socialist Party in 1914, instead moving towards the political power that will destroy Italy, fascism. Gabriele d'Annunzio became a man idolized by Mussolini. He looked to him for many of his political speeches and seriously respected his opinion. Mussolini desired a government led by a dictator in complete power, where the citizens are suppressed and destruction rules the country. Growing in power, he started various political groups based on his unpopular beliefs. However, by 1921, his high rank in an influential newspaper allowed him to heavily impact the thoughts and opinions of many citizens. He had started the National Fascist Party and boasted over 250,000 loyal members. Eager to use his new power as a dictator of Italy, he immediately turned his efforts to the creation of an Italian empire with him at the throne. His ultimate goal was to place every citizen in a government-approved and controlled company job. Throughout the 1930s, Mussolini led Italy into 3 catastrophic wars that ended his support and success as a dictator. His priorities and loyalties as a ruler were finally revealed. In 1935, in a war against Ethiopia, Mussolini was merely looking to distract from his failures within the government and economy. The war was set to fail. Then again, in 1936, as if he hadn't destroyed enough in his career, Mussolini brought Italy into the Spanish Civil War, a battle with literally no benefit for the Italian men risking their lives day and day again. Finally, in 1942, after Italy had withdrawn their alliance in World War I, the citizens could almost see the light at the end of this miserable time period. However, the hope was short-lived, and Mussolini was restored to power by Hitler in 1943. Destruction and poverty reigned until 1945, when all his power was lost.
Benito Mussolini died like most dictators in history. He was captured, then killed. While trying to escape from Switzerland, he was kidnapped. Him and his family were then taken to Milan and were hung upside down at a patrol station for public viewing, to assure the people that he was dead. It was a day for celebration that is still remembered today.